Good morning to all my viewers and all the people watching this video. So my name is Shivank from the Bachelor's of Computer Science in my final semester. So today I'll be explaining about my class professional learning, and I'll be going through these points. Introduction. So about my experience, I'll be talking about about my experience in this course, the certificates I've managed to achieve during the semester. The three main topics that are focused on in this class was machine learning, artificial intelligence, and cloud computing, exploring like various topics on Coursera certificate course. So basically, Coursera is like an online platform where you can like watch videos and try to get some certificates by of course like passing the tests. After watching those videos, you need to like pass I think a 20-minute test, and that will and that's how you achieve getting this certificate from the platform of Coursera. And how I'll also be talking about how did this benefit me and how will it also like benefit me in the future in my presentation. So basically my experience in this course, so I got to like focus more in depth, meaning like, okay, so the three topics that I managed to achieve were cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and also machine learning. The reason why I chose these topics were because like I had taken these classes in my previous semester, and I also had a basic understanding, so I kind of wanted to like focus more on the structure of the topic of machine learning and how it's going to like benefit me when I finish my degree and master's program, like maybe in the corporate world, how say, employees are going to like use that topic. I mean, not just machine learning, but also cloud computing, because as we know, cloud computing is a high demand that is being used today as I'm speaking in every corporate world. Or an example of cloud computing would be the presentation I'm like presenting to you guys right now, which is the Google Drive presentation. So as we know, cloud is basically, I'll just give a small mini explanation. So cloud computing is basically like the delivery of different services through the internet. So these resources include like tools, applications, like data storage, servers, database, networks, and software. So as long as like electronic device has like access to the web, has like access to the data and software programs to run it, and it takes like all the heavy lifting involved in crunching and processing data away from the device that you can carry, sit around, and work. So for example, so meaning that, like I explained now, Google Drive, the presentation that I'm presenting you like live. So let's just say if I was in a different country, but I didn't bring my laptop with me, and of course like normally we would all use Microsoft Word to like save our documents on the desktop or on the device. But let's just say, for example, I didn't bring my laptop, and I'm using someone else's computer, so I can basically like go on Google Drive and access the presentation in another country and still continue with my work, because all the work, the presentation, not just this presentation, but any document that I type on Google Drive platform, it is always going to be stored no matter what, and automatically saved like as you type each word. So that's like just an overview of cloud computing. I really don't want to explain too much in detail, because I'll be mainly like focusing on how this course like has impacted me and how it also like benefit me in the future. So that was that for cloud. That was an example of cloud computing. That was one of the major focuses that I focused on in the professional learning course. Then next is time management. So for time management, okay, so time management basically, it means like, as we know, time management is like managing something with, let's just say if you have so many assignments or like different tasks and stuff, and you need to like plan it out like from this time to this time, as an individual, that I need to get this done. So you basically like in your mind, you're just calculating which day I need to like, at which time and which day I need to like focus and complete my assignment tasks slash etc. So that's for time management. So in terms of time management for this professional learning, so professional learning was basically I had to like I was my lecturer, Mr. Shamim. So the instructions were basically by the end of this semester in the 4 months. So from the start of the semester till the last day, which is today for me, I had to manage to at least achieve 3 topics of machine learning, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence. So in these three topics, I was my task was to get at least 13 credits of 13 hours of the course. So meaning like I had to get at least get like 5 certificates because that would at least complete 13 hours depending on the certificate if it's like advanced or if it's just maybe intermediate like beginner level. So somehow so time management was basically I had of course I had my other classes and stuff, but at the same time I needed to like manage my time because it was just a self learning for me, and I also had to like present the each time I achieved, let's just say for machine learning, so once I like successfully managed to achieve 13 hours, I had to like make a small mini presentation and present it to my lecturer, Mr. Shami. So that's for time management. Next is experiencing a new topic. So of course, when I first opened the Coursera basically means it's an online platform. If you search it up on Google, you can see for yourself. It's an online certificate platform where you can manage to at least get certificates by watching at least like 2-3 hours of videos, and then you have to like pass the final test. So that basically like it so that basically like it lets the system know that have you absorbed the information in those 2 hours, and will you if you don't pass the test, of course you don't get your certificate. So I successfully managed to like somehow get my certificates based on passing the test, which meant that I already had a clear understanding, and also like there were some new topics that were like a bit new to me, but it was quite interesting learning from that point of view because it also kind of like gave me a general idea of how I'm going to like use this, which I like which I'm going to like use this in my when I start working in my day-to-day life, and also like in the corporate world when I get enrolled and working with employees. So that's for experiencing new topics, and of course building a strong foundation. So I knew these three topics from before because I'd taken the classes, but I also like thought to myself maybe I need to like build on it more and get more stronger in that course. So of course that's meaning of building on strong foundation. Okay, so this is artificial intelligence. So as I explained, so the three topics I managed to achieve were artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and machine learning. So artificial intelligence, I'll just give a general explanation. It's basically the broad branch of computer science that is focused on machines' capability to like produce rational behavior from external inputs. And the goal of AI is to like create systems that can also perform tasks that would also otherwise like require human intelligence. And also artificial intelligence like enhances the speed, precision, and effectiveness of human efforts. And in financial institutions, AI techniques can be like used to identify which transactions are likely to like be fraudulent and adopt fast and accurate and credit scoring, as well as automate manual intense data management tasks. So like I'm sure every all the viewers who are watching this video, I'm sure artificial intelligence, like you have heard this, it's a common word, especially in the computer science field, because artificial intelligence, as we know, is being used every single day in our daily life. For example, the robots, or and I'll give an example. Even the for example, the phone we're using. Of course, like let's just say if you're using Apple, then it has Siri. So Siri basically is an artificial, it's an AI. The person who like created that system has basically used artificial intelligence to use voice activation. So that's one major example. So I'm sure all of you who are watching this video have at least come across artificial intelligence, in their life. So I've already explained about cloud computing earlier, so I don't want to get into detail. Then after that is machine learning. So machine learning is basically, this is my third topic. So machine learning is basically a method of like data analysis that automates analytical like model building. So it's like a branch of artificial intelligence based on like the ideal systems that can learn from data, identifying patterns, and making decisions with the minimal human intervention. So with every organization digitalizing its operations and taking advantage of data science tools, the artificial intelligence machine learning kit is a high demand in the professionals of in their domain, and is always going to be high because machine learning it's also like a good career path. So according to some background information, is according to the 2019 report by machine learning engineer, it's the top job, and in terms of salary growth of postings, it's also a general demand. So of course, if you're excited about data automation and algorithms, machine learning is the right career to move for you. So for me, machine learning was like a good topic and stuff, but for me, in my personal point of view, I felt like cloud computing for me was like it was more in demand because I was planning to so I'll give an example. I mean, I'm not giving an example. I'm gonna after I finish my degree, my plan is to of course do a master's degree, and then after that get into the and start working in the cloud computing field. So of course, like the cloud computing, me, I was like, this course was really worth it, and it was worth my time because cloud computing, it's I mean not just cloud computing, machine learning and AI. These are like high demands of top. These are high demands of these are just not subjects, but also like as I said, is also like highly demanded in the professional corporate world. So yeah, that's what that. So the Coursera platform, so as I explained earlier, so this is the platform that I use, Coursera. So as I said, Coursera is an online educational provider that offers like online courses popular to like MOOCs or massive open online courses from universities and companies around the world. So Coursera basically, like if you search it up on Google, you can see it for yourself. Um, so all for to just and it's easy to just sign up on Coursera. You can like as from my personal point of view, I felt that Coursera like was worth my time because like it's like sometimes when we have free time and if you want to like just focus on a topic or something, you can just go to Coursera and try to like maybe try to get a certificate by watching at least it's simple. You just have to like watch 3 hours of video, like I mean not just 3 hours, like 3 hours, 2 hours of videos, and in those 2 hours you need to like take down notes. So I had to like take down notes and jot down like the main points, and of course you have to pass the final test in order to achieve the certificate, or else you can't. There's no point just watching the videos, and it's not. There's no easy way out. So you of course you have to like absorb the information and apply it. And finally, when they ask you in the test questions for the course, it was, let's just say it was okay because of course I was paying attention in those 2 hours, and it was worth my time. So that's for the Coursera platform. So so how basically like how will this benefit me in the future? So as I said, for me, like from my personal point of view, these are my points that I listed down. So higher chances of getting into companies. So let's just say tomorrow if I want to go for a job interview, right? And of course they're gonna ask me like, in my resume, do you have any extra, not just my degree? Let's just say, oh, I mean, yeah, of course, like I'll be presenting my degree, and they'll, of course, they'll, the first question they'll ask me is like, do you have any other, certificates? Like, so of course, like when I show them, I have more than at least 30 online course certificates that I've managed to complete. It would also like be a good impression to them, and it would also, there's higher chances of me getting into that company because it already shows that, like to the person who's interviewing me, that this, he's this trainee's already like at least he's already got an idea of how he's already he knows exactly what he's saying from the certificates that he's achieved, and also it's also like it would look good on my resume. So of course there's higher chances of getting into companies, then of course like impressing my future boss with my completed certificates, like so like I was explaining, and also like have an idea of the overall cost structure. And also, for example, if I'm like working in let's just say so let's just say if I'm working in the artificial intelligence cloud computing in the department, of course they'll know that okay fine, this person already knows, he's at least managed to at least complete these certificates on cloud computing. So I know exactly what I'm doing based on my achieved certificates. And also it also gives it just like it gives a vision or like a visual understanding about how that this person has put the time and effort. And uh, even though I had other classes and stuff, I still managed to at least make this worth my time, and also for my career path that I'm really serious about my future, and also like building on my base structure. So like I said, it was worth my time, and also it was going to affect me also in the later longer run. And also how overall I just want to say the professional learning, it was really worth my time. And I just want to say, yeah, it was the past 4 months that I've managed to at least achieve these 30 certificates has really also like helped me understand as an individual that you have to like keep building. There's just because I've achieved these certificates, that doesn't mean like, oh, I'm still ready to like work. Of course I need to keep like constantly like keep knowing about the future of what's going on and what's highly demanded, because like I said, cloud computing is a highly demanded one of the courses in in the industry of computer science, and also not just computer science, but in any professional corporate world. So overall, I want to say professional learning for me was a success. And yeah, that's all. Thank you for my video. Thank you for watching my video.